Hey, welcome back to Game Week FC. My name is Travis. This is my brother Parker. Don't look at the screen in front of you because you're looking at the worst ever week record that we've ever had, and that is me. I had a 1-8 and 1 win, 8 losses, and 1 push. I feel gross. I feel disgusting. I feel embarrassed. I feel like I've let everybody down, and that has ever looked at this channel. Um, Parker, you are within one now. I'm still beating you,
Within
barely.
one. Yes, within one. And obviously, after you had a week like that, obviously the last couple weeks for you, you've combined 4 wins in 3 weeks or something like that?
Man, this holiday schedule just absolutely, excuse my language, but it absolutely fucked me up. Um, like just the back-to-back the games, like none of like I I regret it. This whole all these picks were based off trends that I saw in the past 5 games that I had seen, and all the trends just did not hit. So, yeah, we effed up big time.
Yeah, and to be fair, you know, all these games are coming thick and fast. You've got AFCON going on. There's just so many moving parts, people getting hurt, dropping in and out of lineups. It's hard to have any real consistency, but we're kind of out of that period now, and we'll start to sort of get back on the weekly schedule. But obviously, from our pick perspective, this was a missed opportunity for me. Obviously, 4-6 is not terrible,
Yeah.
um, but I felt like I should have capitalized more than I did. We're within one, and we're gonna take the lead for the first time this week.
All right, we'll see about that. As you can see on the record, I have 99 wins, 100 losses, and 11 pushes. Parker has 98 wins, 103 losses, and 9 pushes. So we're pretty damn 50-50 right now. We're pretty much break even. I was pretty consistent all the way up until these past 2 weeks, and that's just how sports betting is. It is you can do really well. You can be consistent for 20 weeks, and then the 21st, 22nd week can absolutely destroy you. So
Yep.
without further ado, let's get started with our first game. Parker, Manchester United, Man City. It's a big one.
The Manchester Derby. Yeah, look, I'm going for a player prop here. There's a certain Norwegian fella who loves to score against Manchester United. And I saw a clip when Antoine Semenyo signed. They were sort of bantering in the locker room, and Haaland said that Semenyo is coming for his golden boot. And now Semenyo's picked up a couple goals in his 2 games for City. So Haaland gets on the score sheet, sets the record straight. He's the main man. Erling Haaland anytime. You probably
Wow,
won't see his goal odds that low for a while.
that's a great point. Yeah, I mean, I love that pick. He hasn't scored in a while. I feel like by a while, I mean like 2 games, 3 games, which just usually isn't normal for him. So I would not be surprised here. Because I lost, but because I did so poorly this past week, I literally got back front and back page notes
Oh boy.
for this week's games. And honestly, you're not gonna expect this from me. This is actually the first time I've ever done this, but we're gonna take a corners bet in this game. I got a lot of like different kind of like opinions for this game. I lean towards goals. I lean towards like over 3.5 goals at plus money. I do think both teams are going to score in this game. However, I wanted to find something I felt a little bit better about in terms of statistically, and under 10.5 goals or under 10.5 corner kicks seems like the play here. Manchester United at home, they average 4.8 corners. Okay. and Manchester City away averaged 3.9. If you're good at math or if you know how to round up, that's about five corner kicks for Man United at home, four corner kicks for Manchester City away. So that's about nine corner kicks. So they have this line at a decent price here. Last time I checked, over 9.5 was minus 145 or 150, and now it's gone down, and this has gone up. So under 10.5 corner kicks at minus 175. I also, if you want to sprinkle Manchester United money line on corner kicks, that's actually a very good price here. Let's see, how do I? Oh, most corners. They are plus 240 to win more corners. And as I just told you, they average more at home than City do away. So I do think that's a good price there. If you wanted to parlay all of this, you could at plus 650. That's a pretty damn good um, parlay there. But yeah, I'm going under 10.5 corner kicks.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's definitely the first corner kick selection we've had on this show. So that's fun. It's different. I personally have only used the corner kick lines to supplement same game parlays, but I
Yeah.
don't hate it, and the stats back it up.
Yeah. I had trouble finding something in this game because it could go either way. It could be low scoring, could be high scoring. Both of these teams have the highest shot volume in the league. So this could break out into the goals. If you want to go that route, make it a little bit more exciting, be my guest. But I saw some value in those statistics, in the corner kick statistics. Liverpool Burnley. Parker, what you got in this game?
So, I kind of have a feeling this game's gonna be cagey. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm saying second half over 1.5 goals.
Hmm.
I think either Liverpool pull away in the second half or Burnley may sneak one in late second half if things are still close.
Where is having trouble finding second half goals on here. Um oh, highest scoring half. Would you second half you want to do that?
Yeah, I guess that works.
Okay. Yeah, highest scoring half second half. That's pretty good odds at minus 105. I like that. That's a great. I'm kind of going the same way. I think Liverpool money line and under 4.5 goals. Actually, that might not even be. Yeah, that's just barely underneath. Yeah, Liverpool money line and under 4.5 goals. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Parker. I think it's going to be a cagey affair, a little bit lower scoring. I still have a ceiling. This game could end 3-1 or 4-0. Um, but I do think Burnley can keep it close. We saw in the FA Cup this earlier, I think was it today or yesterday? Liverpool, they only beat, I
It
don't
was
even know who they
yesterday.
played.
It was Barnsley. It was yesterday.
Yeah, they only beat Barnsley like, might have been 4-1.
Yeah, it ended up being 4-1, but I mean it was definitely cagey at first. The Szoboszlai back heel was idiotic to give Barnsley the lead, but y'all bounced back.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good parlay there. Honestly, if you want to add those up, Liverpool money line under 4.5 and second half with the most goals at plus 90, 196. That's actually a very reasonable parlay. But shout out DraftKings, by the way. Um, we use it as our platform whenever we make our videos. Uh,
Sponsor
Chel-
us.
yeah. Chelsea, Brentford, Parker, what you got?
Not overthinking this. Chelsea money line, and
Mm,
I don't feel like giving a reason. I just
all
think
right.
Chelsea win this game at home.
Okay. I Yes, I could see that. They have a new manager. and they want to impress that new manager, and that new manager wants to make a statement. But I don't feel like counting out this Brentford side. Uh, both teams statistically are pretty close to each other. XG wise, I think Brentford's just barely better in terms of XG, expected goals, and expected goals allowed. They're a little bit better defensively, I believe. Um, yeah, I don't know. I looked at the last 5 games that these teams have played, not against each other, just the past 5 games that they've played these past couple weeks, and both teams rank in the top 5 for expected goals in their last 5. That's pretty impressive. So it shows that both teams are capable of scoring goals. So what I'm going to take in this game, and I don't quite trust Chelsea yet. You got a new manager, you got a lot of talent, you got a new system that he's going to want to play in this game. I don't feel like counting on that as opposed to, an already structured Brentford team that kind of knows what they're about and how they're going to play. So I don't feel like counting them out in this game. But what I do believe in is both teams to score. I think the pride of Chelsea will get them a goal, and I believe the underrated XG of Brentford will get them a goal as well.
That's fair. I do like that pick. That's probably the safer pick. I guess I'm relying a little too much on the new manager bounce. Um, but I faded it twice and it's bitten me twice. So hopefully
Yeah,
it's not too
and
late.
it wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea won this game with a clean sheet. That's totally possible. This new system that what's his name,
Mhm.
Rosenier, it could be really beneficial to Chelsea, and they could improve defensively. So that's very much possible. Next up, we got Tottenham versus West Ham. Um, in the past, these two sides have had some pretty high scoring affairs, but statistically this season they have both struggled to score goals. Both teams are in the bottom 6 for non penalty xG. That's goal scoring opportunities without penalties. Tottenham have a home at home. They have a non penalty xG of 12.22. That is 17th place for home teams. Away from home, West Ham have a non penalty xG of 8.99 or 8.89, which is also 17th for teams that play away. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under. I'm going to be safe and take under 3 goals in this game at minus 165. That's decent enough value to make me feel better about myself in case this game goes to 3 goals.
Fair. I just really don't like West Ham. I hate the way they play. I hate their colors. Um, I'm going to back Tottenham at home. I think that Thomas Frank needs a win, and this is a good place to get that. So, not overthinking it. Tottenham money line.
I like it. I would like to sprinkle well, I guess they're already kind of ahead of the curve, maybe. Valentin Castellanos, West Ham's new signing. He is a striker, and he literally got signed like a couple days before the Nottingham Forest game last week, and he just went into the starting lineup and played 90 minutes, and he actually looked pretty good. So I actually like a shot on target for him in this game at minus 160. I thought it was going to be better odds, but that's pretty good. Jared Bowen at minus 135.
Mm.
He's actually his shooting statistics have gotten worse. He's struggled the past few weeks, but I like
I'm
both of
I'm
those guys.
I'm seeing Dominic Solanke at the top there. I was unaware that he was returning to action.
I was unaware of that as well. I guess surely he doesn't start, right?
I doubt it. I doubt it.
He probably won't play more than 45. I
Probably.
wouldn't take that. I
I
wouldn't
just
take that.
no, 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 definitely not. But just seeing his name again, that's well, it was surprising.
Yeah, forgot about him. He might be a good FPL pickup.
Might be.
All right, Sunderland, Crystal Palace. I mean, tell me what you got.
So this is typically the game where I would go Tino Bet Palace. However, I'm gonna lean in favor of the home side and go Tino Bet Sunderland. I think the Black Cats have a very strong stadium, very strong crowd, atmosphere. Um, Crystal Palace haven't been playing that well recently. So I think Sunderland I think Sunderland win this game, to be honest. But the Tino bet is just sort of insurance, and it's good value.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff about this game. Honestly, I can't pick. Honestly, Tino bet Sunderland feels like the safest play here because Sunderland have not lost at home yet this season. They've got 5 wins, 5 draws, and 0 losses. But Crystal Palace are actually a pretty good away team. They have a 5-1-4 record. Actually, not many draws away from home. So I definitely lean. I think Tino bet Sunderland's going to be my pick as well. However, I've got some cool stats for you as well. Um, Sunderland's first half record is they have 4 wins in the first half, 11 draws, which is the most in the league, and they have 6 losses in the first half. Um, that so one of my I was toying between this and Tino bet Sunderland, but first half draw looks really good. I think the first half's going to be 0-0 because I went deep into this game. Correct score first half 0-0. I'm probably going to sprinkle all this. The average first half goals per team, Sunderland is in last place for first half goals at 0.76 goals,
Hmm.
first half goals per game, and Crystal Palace are in second to last, or they're tied for second to last with 0.86 goals per first half. So I totally think this is going to be a low scoring game. Last time they played, the game ended 0-0, but I don't think that's going to happen again. I think there will be at least one goal in this game, and I would think that it would be Sunderland, and my bet is that they would score in the second half as well. So
Brian Brobby,
yeah,
come
so that was
on.
yeah, that's a lot, but my main bet is also going to be tie no bet Sunderland. That just feels like the safer play here. But I'm going to sprinkle first half draw and 0-0 correct score first half as well.
That is juicy. I kind of like the sprinkle idea, but I agree the safe bet is Tino bet Sunderland.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Just to make this interesting, so we're not picking the same thing, I'll pick first half draw.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
Just, I'll be risky again. I feel decent enough about this, about the stats. Um, all right, Leeds Fulham. I've got another. I This is another game that I really like. I'm gonna actually Parker. You go ahead and say what you want to pick.
I think this, outside of the Manchester Derby, this is probably the game of the week for me. I think there's going to be so many goals, so much action. I kind of am feeling like a 2-2 or 3-2 type of game. With that being said, I'm going both teams to score. Um, I kind of want to take Leeds money line too, but I'm
Mm.
just going to take both teams.
Okay. You and I are actually on the same page again.
Lovely.
You'll like these stats, okay? So both teams, the score has hit in 70% of Fulham away games. Both teams the score has hit in 80% of Leeds home games. That is the highest in the English Premier League. Um, Leeds have scored in 5 of their last 6 games. Fulham have scored in every single. They have scored in every game their last 6 games. Um, so yeah, I'm surprised that this is only minus 125. I do think this game is going to end like 1-1. It could still be under 2.5, so I'm not quite confident about the over 2.5 in this game. But I do think both teams are capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. I think Fulham maybe getting some AFCON guys back, so that'll be a big boost for them. Um, so yeah, I like goals in this game as well.
So I like to hear.
Uh,
Those are the good stats that I enjoy hearing.
yeah, it was good. I also looked into another thing, like first half stuff. Also going to sprinkle a first half draw because both teams have the same first half record this season. They both have 6 first half wins, 10 first half draws, and 5 first half losses. So I mean that makes it hard to pick either side to win the first half. So I could see this game being 0-0 at halftime. Hopefully not, or hopefully 1-1 at halftime.
That'll play.
But yeah, first half draw, I'd like to sprinkle that as well. But both teams, the score is my main pick, along with you.
I like it. Great value there.
Indeed. All right. Forest hosting Arsenal.
Oh man, it's hard to bet against Arsenal right now. It really is. Um, I managed to find a somewhat different pick other than Arsenal money line since they were like minus 500, at least on my site they were. So I've gone for Arsenal team total over 1.5. I can see this being a 2-0 Arsenal win. Clean, professional. One of those goals are coming off a corner kick. Yeah.
Mm, I like that. Um, Fascinating. Yeah, I do like that. This could back up your stat or your pick. So I picked Arsenal second half money line. I've picked that before. It hasn't hit in a while. I feel like it didn't hit against Liverpool, unfortunately. But Arsenal leads the league in the second half in second half points with 44 points. This is a fascinating stat, and I'm probably gonna live bet this. But Nottingham Forest have conceded 12 goals after the 75th minute. That's more than any other team. Arsenal have scored 9 goals after the 75th minute mark. That's fourth most in the league. If you're watching the game and it's 1-1, 0-0 in the 75th minute, you best hammer Arsenal to score. um, that's I will be doing that if the circumstances are right. But there's another stat here that supports your over 1.5. Nottingham Forest have conceded first 16 times this season. That's that's only Wolverhampton Wanderers have conceded first more often. Um, Arsenal have scored first 13 times, which is third most in the league. Um, so I don't even know. I think this is a bit risky, but I think I'm going to go Arsenal first goal and Arsenal last goal.
Mm, double pick?
Um, Double pick for minus 130 because I just feel like I don't know if they score after the 75th minute, then I don't think Nottingham Forest are going to score after. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna take that's probably one of the riskier plays I'm doing,
Very.
but I'm gonna go ahead and take it because I don't trust Nottingham Forest at the moment. They had an awful loss in the FA Cup. Sean Dyche is, you know, I don't think he's gonna have his way against Arteta. I think Arteta will find ways to beat him, and their defense is good enough to keep Forest out of the goal.
I agree. You best believe I'm going to be rooting for a early Nottingham Forest goal, and then Arsenal to come roaring back to win 2-1.
Let's hope not. Honestly, I'm just waiting for that 75th minute. That's what I want. Um, let's see.
Wolves, Newcastle.
Wolves Newcastle. Wow, okay. I didn't do a whole lot of research. There were a few games I didn't do a ton of research on. This is one of them. But one thing that I did see that in the last 5 games that Newcastle have played, they have the highest XG, expected goals, in the league. And obviously that's partially because they had a thrilling 4-3 match against Leeds United that definitely contributed to that XG. But I'm extremely confident that Newcastle will score in this game. And I think Wolves might score as well.
Mm,
Um, I want to hear your pick before I make my pick.
fair. Well, I did do a little bit of research on this game. Newcastle have won this matchup 4 out of the last 5 times, and that fifth time was a draw at Wolves. Um, Now, 3 of those 5 have been at home at St. James Park. So I guess the last time they played at Wolves, they still won. But this is a different Wolves team than last year, even. This is a really bad Wolves team. Newcastle's home, or I mean, away form hasn't been the best, been a little spotty. However, because Wolves are so bad, I'm just going to take Newcastle money line. I think they do enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time going against that. But I mean, we have to remember they've been playing really well lately. They've scored in 6 of their last 7 games. I'm just gonna go with what I think is gonna happen. I'm gonna go both teams to score. That's it's tough. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. I'm not extremely confident about it, but Wolves are coming off a 6-1 win um, at home in the FA Cup. I forgot who they played. It was probably a shitter team. But Newcastle lost 2-0 to City earlier this week. I do think they get up to play this game, but I'm not going to count out Wolves. And considering Newcastle just let in 3 goals at home to Leeds United, I think Wolves can get one in this game.
That's fair. I don't hate it.
Yeah, so we'll see. I do like Newcastle money line. I almost did over 1.5 Newcastle or over 1.5 goals in Newcastle win. I almost did that. But I like the idea of Wolves in this game for some. I just They're playing well. Okay, this game I did bare minimum research on. Uh, I don't even know what my pick is in this game. Parker, what's did you look into anything?
I glanced over this one and all the numbers, all the data point to one thing and one thing only. That is an Aston Villa win. Give me the villains money line.
Yeah. Uh, I don't think this one's tricky. It shouldn't be. But it does seem like a game that people could overlook Everton. Uh, if Iliman Njai was not still with Senegal in the AFCON and he was back playing with Everton, I would actually lean towards both teams to score and maybe even an Everton result. But I'm with you. I think this is a Villa game. Everton just don't have the same quality as Villa. They have a good defense. It's not going to be easy for Villa to score. Um, but yeah, I definitely lean towards a slight Villa win. I'm thinking like 1-0, 2-0. I don't think Everton's going to give it to him easy. Definitely leaning towards under 2.5 goals. So, but yeah, Villa money line is pretty hard to pass up.
Yeah, this one has Morgan Rogers Screamer written all over it.
Yeah, Morgan Rogers has been the last goal scorer in three of Aston Villa's last four EPL Sunday matches. That's ridiculous.
What a
I
wild
love
stat.
those stats, dude. Dude, I had this crazy. I love looking at these DraftKings stats. It was the Brighton versus I forgot who it was
So
game.
the Veltman thing.
Yes, dude. It was this crazy statistic. It was like Joel Veltman has scored in every game against, I think it was West Ham, every game against West Ham on a Thursday at night or something. It was at 3 p.m. I don't know. It was absolutely unreal. Um, but he scored. He scored, and the odds were like plus 700. So,
That's insane.
yeah. Uh, Moving on to our last game of the week on Monday, next week, actually. Let's hear what you got, Parker.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty fascinating game. I'm curious to see what Bournemouth look like in the league without Semenyo. Um, I kind of I think that they struggle. They've been struggling a little bit in the league. So I'm gonna go Brighton money line here. I think
Mm.
they do enough to get it done. I kind of want to take both teams to score, but without the pace, power, and creativity of Semenyo, I just don't have a ton of faith in Bournemouth's attack.
That's valid. Definitely valid. Brian have won against Bournemouth a few times in the past. I actually believe in Bournemouth still. They still have quite a bit of firepower. They've got Eli Krupe Jr. who can come in and play on the left side. They've got David Brooks, who's fantastic, underrated player. They've got Evan Nielsen. They've got Tavernier. They still have guys that can score. Okay, and I actually this is I so both teams to score is that's what I think will happen, but those odds are a little bit too high. Um, some fascinating stats in this game. Uh, both teams have both teams to score has happened in 20% of Brighton first half home games. So we're looking at the first half right now. Um, I actually think I'm going to sprinkle first half both teams to score. That's for sure. But there's some there's different options here that different routes you can go. Um, let's see here. Bournemouth have scored the most first half away goals in the EPL. However, they've also conceded the most first half goals too. So I absolutely like this both teams to score in the first half at plus 250.
Mm.
That's ridiculous. Um, both teams to score has happened in 50% of Bournemouth first half away games. That's the highest in the EPL. 50% of away games, that's both teams to score for Bournemouth in the first half. 50%. So these odds should not be plus 250. I think that should be a little bit higher there. But what I'm going to take is total team goals first half. I'm going to take Brighton to score in the first half because I think I trust them against Bournemouth's defense a little bit more than I trust Bournemouth against Brighton's defense.
Agreed.
Um, so yeah, Brighton to score in the first half and sprinkle. Let's see, first half both teams to score. Bang.
There you have it.
There you have it. Oh man, exhausted reading all those stats,
They're juicy
but
though. I'll give you that.
absolutely juicy. So that is all we have. I am locked in for this week. I'm going to do better than I did last time. But the hardest part, we have to pick our favorite bet. So, Parker, what is your favorite bet for this week?
I'm going for Leeds and Fulham, both teams to score.
Sheesh. That was maybe going to be my pick, but
Come on, double it, juice it, juice it. We've never
no,
had the
we're gonna
same
we're
bets
gonna
though.
pick something else. Um, Geez, okay. You know what? My favorite pick is not even my pick, my safe pick. It's my sprinkle.
Oh my gosh. You're
And
gonna
I
lead the
think
people astray again.
I do not care. I love this. Both teams to score in the first half. Brighton, Bournemouth. Bring it home, baby. Bring it home.
Wow.
Br- Bring it home. If you want to be safe, do my actual pick. Brighton first half. Brighton to score first half. But I absolutely love both teams to score in the first half. If you're feeling risky, go ahead and do it. But whatever. Brighton to score in the first half.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Well, interesting.
That is the play, guys. So Parker, it was a pleasure. Good luck this week. Hopefully you go 1-8, just so you know the feeling.
No,
Um,
there will be a new leader on the leaderboard for the first time this season.
we shall see. We shall see. But guys, that's all we got for you in this video. Appreciate you as always. Make sure you like, subscribe, stay tuned to our other videos. Um, and yeah, make sure you watch our other videos, see what this is all about. And good luck this weekend with your placement bets. Hopefully this video was informative for you. But Parker, as always, adios, amigo.
Adios.